Episode 3 of The Misadventures of Sherlock Holmes. On this edition of Usually Whimsical, the Joe Bevilacqua Radio Theater Collection. And I'm your host and producer, Joe Bevilacqua. And we are in the third episode of The Misadventures of Sherlock Holmes. It's entitled The Curse of Macmillan Castle. And now here's my co-host for the series, direct via satellite from his home at 221B Baker Street, London, Dr. John H. Watson, M.D.
I cannot recall a moment in my life in which I was as happy as I was in 1888. Now, I'll grant you, I am a wintry old dotard. However, I have not fallen into decrepitude. And as for my memory, in spite of insidious rumors to the contrary, my memory is as sharp as the jackknife with which Holmes transfixed his unanswered correspondence to the very center of the wooden mantelpiece. I was happy, for it was in that year of 1888 that I was married to Mary Morstan, whom I had met while Holmes was solving the mystery surrounding her father's death. It was in 1888 that, perhaps it was 1887. Well, at any rate, I am Dr. John Watson, and I was happy. For it was in that year of 1888, or 1887, that I was married to Mary Morstan, whom I had met while Holmes... I said that already, didn't I? I was happy, because I was no longer forced to take my lodgings with Mr. Sherlock Holmes. No more indoor pistol practice. No more cigars in the coal scuttle. No longer was I subjected to Holmes' incredible untidiness, his addiction to music at strange hours, his weird and malodorous scientific experiments, or the atmosphere of violence and danger which hung around him perpetually. I was free of Holmes and his drug mania. Well, it was Christmas time in 1887 or 88 that Mary and I were... Was it 1889? No matter. Mary and I were... 1890? My beloved wife and I were invited to spend Christmas week with her uncle in his castle at the head of Loch Alsh in northern Scotland. Well, I remembered that part all right. Sharp as a jackknife. Of course, I jumped at the chance of a holiday in Scotland for one reason, and one reason only. I'd be farther away from Holmes. No more indoor pistol practice, no more cigars in the coal scuttle. No longer was I subjected to Anyway, that restful week I had dreamt of for so long was never to be. For when I arrived on board the train, something disastrous transpired.
I say, Watson, old fellow, are you going to Scotland too?
Holmes?
Yes, it's me. And we are together again at long last, my humble friend and Boswell.
No, it can't be.
But it is, Watson, it is. Hello, Mrs. Watson.
Hello, Mr. Holmes.
I've been invited to spend Christmas week with Lord Tavish Macmillan.
Oh, it can't be.
In his castle. Where are you two going?
No, it can't be.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because, Mr. Holmes, that is where we are spending Christmas week also.
Well, splendid! Then you see, Watson, we'll be together after all.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Ah, now perhaps you see why I wear this deerstalker cap and cloak.
In heaven's name do you mean?
Why, look at yourself, Watson. You're covered in soot.
So?
Well, don't you see? The soot has gone up your nose and has made you sick.
Well, what about Mrs. Watson?
Well, she's a woman. Women never get soot on them. It isn't ladylike. Now, if you wore a cap and cloak like mine, you
Look ridiculous.
Isn't it a coincidence that we should be invited to the same place?
I invited you, Mr. Holmes.
You did?
You did?
Lord Tavish is my distant uncle.
Oh, I don't know. Scotland isn't really that far.
I wanted to get the two of you together for the holiday.
Thank you very much.
Anything to please my little sweetnums.
Sweetnums?
This was my Christmas present to both of you.
Sweetnums? Isn't that sweet?
It's going to be such a wonderful week.
Yes, I do hope I can find a way to repay you.
So do I.
You know, I'm not feeling so well right now myself. I think it's time for some chemical stimulant.
Are you back on that kick again?
With my notorious Professor Moriarty on the loose again, I need all the stimulant I can get. To bring the vile villain to justice, I mean.
Holmes, let me see your arms.
They're just below my shoulders, Watson.
I mean, roll up your sleeves.
Well, all right. This is fun.
Holmes, you've been using a needle on your arms.
Nonsense, Nonsense. Those are birthmarks.
Holmes, there are enough tracks on your arms to run this train on them.
Well, I have to do something when I'm not on a case. The boredom is deadly.
So is that needle you're about to use. Holmes, I do wish you hadn't taken those drugs.
Not drugs, Watson. Chemical stimulants.
Oh, I recognize that rock formation. We should be at the castle shortly.
I can hardly wait.
This is as far as I go, laddie.
We're out in the middle of nowhere, man. You can't leave us off here.
Oh, sorry, laddie, but I can't go no further even if I wanted to. I can't get my nag up those rocks no matter how hard I try.
This is preposterous. Won't you change your mind?
No, now out you go now. Scotty Macmellillo changes his mind for no man. And a word of warning to you. Beware the casts of Macmillan Castle. Cass? Oh, and have a happy Christmas. Hope you get everything you need. Gee up, Alison. There's a good girl. What, Cass?
Oh, it's just a small bit of clap-clap my uncle started.
To a poppycock.
We'd best start walking.
How far off are we?
At the very least a half-hour walk.
Oh.
Well, look on the bright side, Watson. Things could be worse. It could be raining.
We've been walking for 3 1/4 hours.
Perhaps we're lost.
We always did quick.
No, it's the chemical stimulant.
All hail, Sherlock! Hail to thee, master logician!
All hail, Sherlock. Hail to thee, consulting detective.
All hail, Sherlock! Hail to thee, Sherlock of Baker Street!
What are you staring at?
Watson, how do they know my name?
To whom are you referring?
Those 3 old hags by that rock.
Oh, dear. Come, dear fellow, there's nothing there.
Go, Watson. Don't you see them? Don't you hear them?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Mrs. Watson, you see them, don't you?
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't have.
3 hags! Why do you call my name? I charge you! Speak!
Poor fellow, it's the drugs.
Chemical stimulants.
Thou callest us hags? You reprobate! Hast thou looked in thy mirror of late?
What do you want of me?
We 3 apparitions stand so that we may lend a hand. We'll tell your future, dim or bright, but only if you pay us right.
How much is your fee?
Get a book back in the wolf suit.
I'm afraid I don't have those things on me.
What dost thou have?
All I have is 6pence.
That's good enough.
Lucky thing you're here to pay. We've got a sale today.
Buy 1 forecast, that we see, and you get the next one free. Here you are, my last 6pence. Now, do your predicting.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails throw. Double, double, 4 and double, have a fenny steak in the cauldron, boiled and baked. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog.
Sounds like one of Mrs. Hudson's recipes.
Quiet! Double, double, boil and bubble. Sherlock Holmes in lots of trouble. Cool it with a baboon's blood. Then the charm is firm and good.
And now the first prediction comes. Then the second when that is done.
Come and dine with us.
This is Sherlock Holmes.
We're here to solve the mystery of the Loch monster.
Go in, you see, Sue. Come right in.
If there really is a Loch monster?
Mary?
Yes, Wheaton?
Isn't that sweet?
Your uncle didn't seem to have been expecting us, dear.
Of course not, dear. I didn't tell him. It was my Christmas present to him. I wanted to surprise him.
You know, this castle reminds me of something out of Macbeth.
Don't say that name. The castle of that Scottish lord is on this castle. Aye.
Aye?
I say, you mean Macbeth lived here?
No, but he slept here once. Aye.
Aye.
Ah.
And don't mention his name again, or someone will die before the new year.
Poppycock.
Well, Mac, bring on the food. I'm starved.
Oh, yes, of course. And I'll change out of those wet clothes and I'll make you all a traditional Scottish Christmas Eve dinner.
This is delicious. Could you pass some more Macbeth? I mean macaroni.
Oh, you said it again. The doom is starting to work.
That's not macaroni, Holmes.
What are all those funny little things?
Sheep's brains.
Sheep's brains?
Aye.
Aye? Ooh.
Adds extra flavour to the haggis.
And what is haggis?
Haggis consists of oatmeal, onions, seasonings, and the chopped liver, heart, and lungs and suet of a sheep, cooked in blood and served in the animal's own stomach.
Ooh.
It's a national Scottish dish.
Could I have some more wine?
Here you are.
Lord Macmillan, I couldn't help noticing that we're all alone in this huge castle. Don't you have any servants?
No, they all quit on me, afraid of the curse. All except Polly. But I had to fire her. Wouldn't clean the wee crawly beasties out of the floorboards.
But these floors are made of stone.
That's what she said, too.
Oh, let's open the Christmas crackers now.
Oh, yes, let's.
I've got a whistle.
I've got a bell.
And I've got a little drum.
Oh, I've got a headache.
Now let's read our sayings. You first, Sweetness.
All right. Before this Christmas season's done, you'll be married to more than one. Poppycock. How could I be married to more than one woman?
Now mine. If French is what you like to speak, then you must act quite wild, not meek. How very odd, I don't speak French.
You go next, Macbeth. I mean Macmillan.
Good blessing your luck. When you perform an act ill-willed, the bloody curse will be fulfilled. It is too late. The curse has been set in motion.
Oh, this is all quite ridiculous. Where did you get those crackers?
Oh, 3 old hags were selling them, laddie, door to door.
3 old hags? Oh. And now I'll read mine. You'll perform an act against a friend, but you won't find out until the end. This is terrible. I'd never do anything to harm you, Watson.
Is the curse set in motion?
What exactly is this curse, Lord Macmillan?
I'm a victim of my family name, Dr. Watson. Centuries ago, the Macmillans gave shelter to that certain Scottish lord I dare not mention. Legend has it that in this very loch, 3 witches predicted his fate.
That's what started the curse?
No. That certain lord never paid them the 6pence he owed them. Since it was my family who gave him shelter, The curse was put on this castle.
But what is the curse?
You will know soon enough.
Good night, Watson. Good night, Mrs. Watson. Good night, Holmes.
Oh, yes, good night, Mr. Holmes. Happy Christmas.
Good night, Lord Macmillan. Good night, sir. Curses and Scottish lords. Sheep's bladders and old hags. Christmas crackers and...
Oh, Monsieur Holmes, you must help me.
Mrs. Watson, what's wrong? You sound funny. Do you have a cold?
No. I am Ariel, Mary's French cousin.
How did you get in here?
The secret door behind the bookcase, Herr.
Well, how may I be of service to you?
Oh, I am being held prisoner here in this castle by Lord Macmillan.
Why, that porky fellow, he told me he lived here alone.
No, you must help me to escape, Monsieur Holmes. I could not eat haggis one more day.
Ariel, I will leave no stone unturned to lighten your burden.
Monsieur Holmes, how can I ever repay you?
Well, you can get out of my bed for a start.
No, I find you irresistible.
No, please, Ariel. Resist. You must leave at once.
Oh, that weak jaw. That receipt.